Hello, this is a short video about an epic quest, creating updated deprivation measures and ensuring that they are better understood, accepted and valuable to users. Spatial deprivation measures have been used in Northern Ireland since the 1970s to target the most deprived areas and monitor the spatial impact of policy interventions. Similarly, indices of multiple deprivation are available for England, Scotland and Wales. Traditionally, the measures have not been fully understood. This leads to them being not fully accepted on one hand and misused or underutilized on the other. For example, a common approach for policymakers would have been to target the 10% most deprived areas according to the multiple deprivation measure, thus ignoring areas that are just outside the top 10%, or rankings of individual domains such as health, education, and access to services. Early on in the project, NISRA published a user engagement strategy. In accordance to the Code of Practice for Official Statistics, it sets out the context of the project, a high-level project plan, governance arrangements, identified stakeholders, forms of user engagement, and channels for communication and dissemination. NISRA was tasked to update the measures, not to carry out a full methodology review. It was also asked to consider the 36 recommendations from the latest deprivation measures. The project plan set out key milestones of the project, including when to consult with users and the proposed outputs. This provided transparency and kept stakeholders informed of progress. The update of the measures was overseen by an authoritative steering group, including representation from local councils, rural organizations, the community and voluntary sector, as well as all Northern Ireland government departments. The steering group was supported by 7 domain expert groups to advise on the appropriate indicators and to help secure access to data. Combined with the steering group, they provided a sense of collective ownership for the consultation proposals. There were 2 comprehensive and inclusive consultations on the proposals for the updated 2017 multiple deprivation measures. The first related to the proposed geographies for which the measures would be calculated, which resulted in super output areas, rather than electoral wards, being used as the geographical base. The second consultation invited comments on the proposed indicators and domains. 4 public consultation events were held around the country. This is a deprivation team at one of the consultation events, with Michael Gallagher from Derry City and Strabane Council, who also sat on the steering group. The process, starting from the previous measures and recommendations, can be regarded as a succession of sieves or filters to arrive at a set of indicators that are publicly supported and best fulfill the selection criteria. Published minutes show the provided information, discussion and decisions by the steering group. Individual comments following the public consultations and the response by the deprivation team, which led to the blueprint of finalized indicators, are also on the NISRA website. Meetings with stakeholders through the governance arrangements and public consultation have helped us to tailor our products to the needs of our users. Our main publication was an A5 booklet that emphasized what the measures can and cannot be used for, as well as the importance for using all the domains rather than just the multiple deprivation measure. The new booklet is smaller than previously, with bright colors and clear, concise language. In addition to the booklet, we produced summary cards showing the 100 most deprived areas in Northern Ireland, and cards show the 10 most deprived areas in each domain for each local government district. These allow users quick access to results they are interested in, and users can get the information they need without having to go online. Interactive maps were also produced to accommodate users who find visualization easier to understand. The maps allow users to identify their area and compare it with surrounding areas. Another product we produced was the analysis package. This is a downloadable Excel sheet which makes key results for all domains easily retrievable through a simple user interface based on drop-down boxes. Full results are published in both Excel and open data format. This includes ranks for multiple deprivation measure and each domain, as well as indicator ranks and values at super output area level. Results were published in as much detail as possible in a format that is accessible for all users. Separate technical guidance and indicator documents were created for more advanced users to provide clarity and insight into the processes and data used to create the measures. All permanent secretaries and the head of the Northern Ireland Civil Service attended a pre-release briefing on the results. On the morning of the release, local media was invited to NISRA headquarters for a briefing. All resources were published on the NISRA Deprivation webpage. News of the release was propagated through NISRA's social media. All political parties were informed and offered a briefing. Known users, including those who responded to the consultation or attended information sessions, were informed of the release and invited to dissemination events. Following the release, the Deprivation team held 17 dissemination events throughout the country, reaching over 500 people. These events aimed to improve users' understanding of the measures, highlight how the measures can and cannot be used, encourage users to move away from focusing on the 10 or 20% most deprived areas, and encourage users to look at all domains instead of focusing on the multiple deprivation measure. The team hoped that improving users' understanding would lead to better use and acceptance. The ongoing collection of feedback was used to continuously improve the dissemination events. In the 6 months following the main publication, deprivation results were released at 3 different geographical levels, although more have been published since. Website visits and report downloads amounted to around 6,000 times each, the analysis package being downloaded nearly 2,000 times. The Deprivation team also hosted 15 computer-based training sessions, reaching over 150 people. They showed users how to navigate the online resources, and a training video is posted on NISRA's YouTube channel. Feedback has been extremely positive, with praise received for the suite of products, the dissemination events, and the training sessions.
An excellent and informative presentation.
The most interesting, enjoyable, and valuable seminar that I've attended in a long time.
Excellent training.
Interesting and informative.
Excellent presentation, easy to understand, and timing was excellent.
The quality of the training was excellent, with the trainer being very knowledgeable.
And of course, it was an honor to be highly commended by our peers with the Campion Award for Excellence in Official Statistics.